So like if you're dressed as like a petrodactyl or a pterodactyl, whatever they're called, you're like yeah, it's because it has a P at the beginning of it. It's a pterodactyl though. We'll edit that.
Hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, episode 12. My name is Nick.
He's Nick. I'm Richard. I knew where you were going with that, but I was just like,
Just waiting for it.
I'll think of something witty,
No.
but it never came. So
Good one, I liked it.
I know.
It's very witty.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, this is the Cosy Couch. This is an entertainment podcast where we talk about games and movies, some other stuff as well sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you like that, then please give us a subscribe, maybe a wee like, and maybe a wee mention in the comments, just say hi or insult us,
It's
whatever.
the one thing people aren't doing.
I know.
It's the one thing.
People are watching and subscribing, but you just don't
We've
talk
got
to us.
41 subscribers,
Yeah.
so we're doing alright. 2 of them are us, so but even then that's alright.
Yeah, I suppose that.
So it's not bad. 41 subscribers. I know my next door neighbour had to turn notifications off because of the upload times, but
Yes.
we apologise for that, Stevie. So there you go. He's even got a shout out now.
It takes that long to upload videos to YouTube that sometimes by the time they're up it's like mad late.
Yeah. So
This is what I don't understand about broadband, right? Is I get really fast download speeds, but my upload speed is terrible.
here we fucking go with your internet. Oh, I've got the best internet in the world.
It's not the best in the world, it's good.
No, I would agree with you because I also have really good internet. Download speeds are brilliant. See, uploading to YouTube, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I used to try and upload stuff from Twitch. Pretty much impossible.
Yeah, I don't get it, you know, because even streaming would use your upload. So that's why, like, sometimes I get poor quality streaming.
Yeah,
like, when
I know.
I'm,
Mine's is
like from Twitch, I mean.
mine's is always the same. It's always like, oh, your thing's lagging, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is the reason for it to be lagging?
know.
And then you'll say, oh, lower it to a recommended setting. So you go into do it, and the recommended one's the one you're on.
Yeah.
So you're, I don't understand what the fuck I can possibly do.
I'll look into it. Maybe there's a way to make it faster, I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah, just turn off the notification and that way you won't get a wee
Yeah.
or put your phone in silent.
Yeah, that's true. But it still vibrates. So
Have it.
realistically, you don't need to have the notification on if you follow us on Twitter or Facebook.
Yep.
Because we'll put it up anyway with a link, so you don't really need to have notifications from YouTube. But we
Or
still
just subscribe.
we still need you to subscribe
Yes.
because we want subscribers.
We want that URL.
Yeah, we need 100. We're getting there.
I'm going to try and get around it again.
Right. Okay.
This
This is
is
all
ways.
a work in process. We're only 12 episodes deep.
I know.
It's still technically a test.
Yeah.
We're not. That isn't the podcast. This isn't what we want the podcast to be.
No, not at all.
By far and away, we want mics. We need a mixer.
Yeah.
So it's going to cost money and a proper camera.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
What? I like the camera use.
Yeah, no, but I would quite like to have my phone for emergencies
Oh, that's
sitting
true.
next to me. So it would be ideal to have that. So
I was going to say something.
right.
Totally forgot what it was. What was we talking about before that?
Subscribers.
Notifications, subscribers.
You're going to get around.
Oh, yeah.
the thing.
That's what I don't get. You see, try to get verified. Now, I looked up the terms, right, and everybody says, oh, you need like 10,000 followers, right? That's not actually
yeah, it's
true.
not actually true. There's one way to get it. I think.
It's one way. There is different ways, but if you like go into Twitter, right, they've got recommendations. It's like have links to your website and other social medias and like all these other things to just prove that it is you. And if you cover all them and get a lot of subscribers or followers, there's a good chance you'll get it. But you don't need it because I've seen people with like fuck all
Yeah, and
followers
they're still verified.
verified. You know,
Hmm.
it's difficult though because like PlayStation now you can get verified on. Don't know how to do it. Like.
I don't really see the point in that.
It's well, like I seen Greg Miller's talking about it. Like his friend list is full,
Yeah.
and he can't play with people because he's got 2,000 friends. So he's going to delete them all, but say follow me so people can still see what he's up to and all that, and still maybe.
But we'll see. We can do that. We can follow people because
Aye.
I follow Ryan McCaffrey and that. Like, I'm not actually friends with them, but they
Aye.
pop up and I can see what they're doing. And jump into their games and shit like that. So yeah, that's actually if it's the same way as Xbox,
Yeah, that's the way it works.
then that is quite a good thing actually. So what have you been up to this week?
I've been I went and bought Hardline the other day because it was only £8 bargain.
Right. Okay.
Good game. I love the multiplayer, but single player is really good actually.
Yeah, I've played 2 or 3 missions of it because I got it for free with EA Access.
Yeah.
And I was going to get round to completing it, and then I'm sure something else came out at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck that. But I will go back to the story because I really like the idea of it.
It's really different. It's not just gun down all these guys, you know.
Yeah, you can be quite stealthy as
Yeah.
well, can't you?
And you get rewarded for like taking them out in non-lethal ways and stuff.
Yeah.
That and Battlefield 4. I'm trying to get the highest rank. I'm 92 right now. The
Right.
highest rank's 140. I think I could do that in a couple of weeks.
Oh, fuck that.
Less than that actually.
Too much effort.
Nah.
Far too much effort.
This is how you do it, right? So you put on an XP boost, right?
Right.
And there's one this weekend as well, so that means you're getting double. You do Conquest on Operation Metro and go Medic and just keep on firing out those Medic packs.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get so many ribbons and you just get another medal.
Yeah.
There are 50 ribbons medal and before you know it.
Yeah, because you can do it with the ammo as well, like
Aye.
resupplying people. So, but I think Medic's better because you can revive people as
Yeah.
well. So,
Aye, that's about it. Just shows this week.
fair enough.
Mhm.
Same as usual, my usual daily game. That I'm not,
Watching up, not
yeah,
mentioning.
not mentioning until I get bored of it. So playing that, and then we got Costume Quest 2 free, where the games were gold. So I played that. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's like a really cool wee RPG, and it's just I don't know what the first game is, but it's like a direct sequel. It's about these 4 kids that are out for Halloween trick or treating, and then their dentist decides like fuck Halloween, fuck candy, goes back in time, steals this talisman, and lets all these monsters out that ban Halloween. So it's like you're time traveling and trying to like defeat all these monsters to
Alright.
save Halloween. And like whatever wee costume you're wearing as a kid, when you go into battle, you become that thing. So like if you're dressed as like a petrodactyl or a pterodactyl, whatever they're called, you like
A pet.
yeah, it's because it has a P at the beginning of it. It's a pterodactyl though. Well, I don't know. Yeah, you become like a pterodactyl, or you can dress up as like Jefferson as well, and
Oh.
like you like write what is it he wrote, the
Declaration of
of Independence. Like you write that and like chuck it at people and stuff like that. It's quite cool. It's like a stupid wee game, but it'll be an easy 1000G. So I was like, gunning for that. And then I've downloaded Super Hot, so I'm going to play that as well.
Yeah, looks good.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So, other than that, I don't think I played anything else. Maybe went back to Just Cause. I'm just kind of liberating place by place. I'm not really paying any major attention to Just Cause.
Yeah. I was playing Fallout as well actually.
Yeah, I'm actually quite in the mood to go back to Fallout now,
It's good.
but I've decided not to because I want to wait till I'm like I've properly not played it in ages. I know if I went back to it now, I'd play a few days and get sick of it. Whereas I'm like, no, I'll wait until like it's been ages. I might actually wait till all the DLC's out and then just play through it all.
That's a lot to play through.
I'll just play through the game, and then if I enjoyed it, I want to get DLC. I'll buy one pack at a time and just like.
Season pass now?
Nah.
Oh, right, okay.
I didn't get it because I knew as soon as I started playing it, I was like, I'm not enjoying this. Like this isn't the same. So I don't know if I'll ever complete it. I tried to go back to The Witcher as well, and I was like, I feel like I need to start again, and I don't know if I can be bothered doing like 100 and I actually might be over 200 hours in that game. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that again. Like that is a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a big investment.
Yeah, so I don't know if RPGs. Then now I'm like, don't know. So
There's a lot coming out this year as well.
yeah, but I don't know. There is a lot coming out, but a lot of them are kind of shorter games, I suppose.
Final Fantasy. And
Oh well, Final Fantasy. I don't mind the first playthrough is doing stuff again. That
true.
I'm like, I don't know if I can be arsed with that. I keep looking at Doom and like everyone's going on about it. I'm like, I don't think it looks that great.
Yeah, I think it's something you'll play in a weekend and go, that was fun, and then never touch it again.
Yeah, I'm like, that looks like it'll get so boring so quick.
Well, I listened to Beyond actually, and they were talking about it, and apparently they've done it really well. Like, it is really rewarding. Like, you get new guns almost every level,
Yeah.
and the game rewards you for killing things quicker. So, like, see, if you're backed up in a corner, instead of like running away from the enemies, so like to try and recover health, cause there's no health regen.
Yeah.
If you just go all at it and start massacring the enemies, it'll drop more health and ammo for you.
Yeah.
So it rewards like violent playstyle.
Uh,
And apparently it makes it more fun.
no, I can imagine, but I mean, I've played through all the Halo games, and like on easy difficulty you can just run through them.
Yeah.
Even that after a while gets kind of boring. So I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen the big thing with Doom. I like Doom 3, but that's a very different game.
Yeah.
It's more of a horror game than, well, these are horror games I suppose, but they're more action based. Doom 3 wasn't like that. Doom 3 was more like jump scares and shit like that. I quite like that. But yeah, I don't know about this new one. I'd imagine it's going to come to Games with Gold at some point in like maybe a few years. So I'm like, yeah, I'll play it then when it's free or in a sale or something like that. But as it stands, I'm not paying 50 quid for it. No way in this earth. So yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So shall we crack on with the news?
Yes, we shall crack on with the news. So, as I was kind of saying to you on the way over here, not a lot's happened. Because the two of us were kind of struggling to think of any real news.
Yeah. And the reason for that is just because it's 2-3 weeks to E3.
Yeah.
Everyone's just saving their announcements for then.
Yeah, news is dwindling down.
The week before, we'll probably get quite a few leaks because it always happens, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
E3 week will be big. We'll talk more about that later.
Yes, it certainly will. So, going to chap that glass. Just so he turns it down. Thank you! There you go, we'll cut that out. Yeah, so the first story, I've picked 8 things, that are kind of worth talking about, to be fair. Not really news, but worth talking about. Project Spark, do you remember that?
Yes,
Right.
that was Microsoft's thing where you made games or something like that.
Yeah, the creation tool, and at last E3 they put Conquer, the squirrel into it, and tried to reignite some kind of interest in it, and people were like, yeah, cool, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, it seems like their attempt at a Little Big Planet sort of thing.
Yeah, but no, it was much more detailed than that. You could essentially make your
Okay.
own games in it. I suppose Little Big Planet 3 was more like that.
We could do all of them.
Yeah, but that,
And all you could actually, it's also a platform level tile, but
yeah.
people found a way to make football and all that sort
Yeah,
of stuff.
with this game, you could basically do anything with it, but I have, from the first day, I have never seen anyone in my friends list playing it, and I have never heard anyone mention that they play it. So, Microsoft have announced that they're scrapping it. As of May the 13th, they've taken it offline. You can't even get it in the store anymore.
Oh, okay.
They're discontinuing support for it, and it's August. Let me double check this. After August the 12th, anyone who does actually have it and plays it, online services will be suspended. You won't be able to upload, share it, and like that. They're basically just killing the game. But the company that make it, Team Dakota, none of them have lost their jobs. They've all this has been in the works for a while, and the people at Team Dakota have all been spread throughout Microsoft. I think they've all went to do other things. So
did it ever leave the beta stage?
yeah, it did
I don't
eventually.
remember
leave
ever
beta
actually
stage.
going live. I thought it was just
Exactly. Now that says everything. Did it leave beta?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? No one gave a fuck about it. I fucked about it for 2 seconds and realised you kind of needed to pay money to do any good in it, and I was like, nah, you're alright. Fuck this. So, I don't know, what do you make of these kind of creation games? I don't see the point in them.
I like them. Little Big Planet is really, really good fun. But that is a game as well that had you don't have to do any stuff. You can just play the game. It's a fun wee platform game. People made really cool stuff in that, and Even I've made cool stuff in it. Like I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it's dead easy to just do it, you know.
There is certain games that I'm like, oh yeah, it works really well in that. Like Halo's Forge, for example, probably one of the better ones.
Mhm.
Then you've got the likes of Doom actually has a map editor in it as well. Far Cry's had it. Things like that for shooters make sense because you can basically custom build maps.
Yeah.
It's not like you're making a game. It's still the same game. You're just making maps. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes other games come out of it. That's how Graph came into existence, for example.
Oh.
So things like that are quite cool. But I just think like a game where the sole purpose of the game is to make a game. I'm like, fuck off. That's your job.
Yeah, it's kind
Do
of.
you know what I mean? Like
Dreams. That's what Dreams is, I think.
Well, no, I don't think it is. This is a weird thing because they are selling it as a game and it does have a game aspect to it.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to have a fucking hard time selling it. It's like Little Big Planet. Again, that was a pretty decent game, in fairness to it. And a lot of the creation stuff, some people are really good at it and are like, yeah, that's amazing. But for the majority of people, they're like, yeah, cool, completed the game, done. Can't be arsed creating anything. Like, Halo has no ties to Forge at all. Like, you don't need to use it if you don't want to. It's not like a main part of the game. It's just a thing that exists. Because I've seen they've brought Halo 5's Forge mode to PC now.
Oh, okay.
Halo 5's not coming to PC. It's just Forge mode.
Well, how does that work?
It's because it's a lot easier to like for precision and things.
Yeah. How do you access it then?
Oh, the it's like a download. It's like a game itself, just Forge mode. So you can create all these maps and stuff like that, and then you upload them, and it uploads them into Halo 5. So it's for the kind of creators that have been doing it on gamepad for so long that they're like, oh no, like, do you know what? Here it is on PC now, so you can go make amazing maps on PC and port them over to the game.
Right.
So it's quite, it's quite cool. So I quite like that idea. But there's just certain ones that I'm like, I don't understand the point of these games to create a game. And Project Spark, straight away, terrible name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck does that tell you? I remember when it got announced, like, honestly, I remember sitting at the E3 when we were watching the conference, and I was pure, okay, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, I did not do well at selling it at all.
Project Spark sounds like a racing game.
It actually does. It sounds like anything other than what it is.
Aye.
So yeah, that's went down the pan. So good job, these guys have managed to keep their jobs. Hopefully they go on to do other things, but I could have told you that Project Spark was going to go down the drain when it first got announced, so no shock there.
Excuse my yawning. I am very tired. It's been a long day.
Not long enough.
It's true.
So next up, the Assassin's Creed movie. Got announced, got a trailer, pre-order bonuses came out.
That was the best thing ever. IGN joked about there being pre-order bonuses, and then they came in. Oh wait, there is.
Yeah, that actually is. We're not going to get into them there, but there's like a $1,200 ticket gets you like a fucking replica crossbow and stuff like that.
And you could buy a crossbow for so much cheaper than $1,200.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's not an ancient one from the Spanish Civil. Like, you know, you could just buy a decent crossbow. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, they've come out. This is a weird thing because it's this guy Pat Crowley. Fuck knows who he is in regards of making this film. I never really looked into him much. He's come out and said that the Assassin's Creed movie is going to be 65% of it set in the present day and 35% of it is set in the past. Now, I am fine with that because I've always thought the present day stuff would be better in a film than it is in the game, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like they've changed things to make it cooler. What I can't understand is why the fuck you would ever tell people that.
Yeah.
Because that was people's big gripe about Assassin's Creed was the present day stuff. So why are you immediately going, yeah, guess what? That shit you didn't like, it's fucking all over this movie.
Well, it's probably been he's been pressed on it in a few interviews, and instead of just saying we're not disclosing that, and then people make speculation and making up that figure for themselves, they've just come out and said it. But do you know what? I agree with you in terms of the present day stuff works better in a movie, but
Yeah.
it's not really getting excited for the film. Then I'm like, only 35% for the past.
But
That either means it's going to be action packed, the past stuff, or we're going to have those moments where he's all sad and mopey and talking to another assassin, being like pure, oh, I'm dead by the way, I get killed, and
oh, no, see, I don't think it'll be...
stuff like
I
that.
think
you know?
the present day stuff will eventually become very action heavy.
Yeah.
And I reckon that it's like, what is it, the Spanish... and it's the Spanish Inquisition,
Yeah,
isn't it? I can't imagine that would be a very good film.
Mm.
Like, if it was... Like, the majority of it was set in the Spanish Inquisition, I don't imagine a lot of people are going to give two
Well, I'm not even
fucks
saying the
about that.
majority, but just...
But just like, it must be a boring setting.
Mhm.
Like, all you really need to know is, and even in the present day, they can already explain this and be like, yeah, it's the Spanish Inquisition, this is the background to the story, and it's just they're flinging you into like, you're going into the past, into a situation, and you've got to kind of, you're looking for something, so it's not pure setting shit up in the past dead boring. They can set it all up in the present day, tell you this is where you're going to be going, so the past can be dead action heavy, because I just think it'd be boring, whereas the present day stuff's way more interesting. Like, that'll get people like, oh, what's this future shit, like, this is quite cool, why are they needing to go to the past and things like that, because the especially as the games progressed, things did get interesting in the present day, like with the bleeding effect, like abilities that the assassins had. Eventually just started, like, you could remember how to do all these things, or your body could remember how to do it. So that's why I think it'll get action heavy, and he'll maybe be like, I now have the skills to beat the shit out of
one
these people.
thing I don't get then about that is so the animus has changed. It's not a bed you lie on. It's this thing is strapped into, which suggests every time he jumps, this machine's going to lift him, which would then suggest that the bleeding effect wouldn't work then, because this thing seems to be doing most of the motions for him. So if he's like doing a flip, that machine's going to flip him.
No, I think it's just that I think the machine is more like to help with like the sensation of falling.
Because there's a bit of strapped into it and it lifts him up and he's like, flaring about. It must be the bit he's first put in it. So that would suggest to me that this machine is doing all the work and it's just to kind of explain how he can move around and all that. And it's all in his head.
Yeah, but with the bleeding effect, like, they were just lying on a table.
I know, but
whereas with us, he's actually doing physical things, so it would help for his body to have muscle memory and things like that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I just thought that was it was a weird thing to come out and tell people.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
Yeah. Next story, this is a good one because we actually moaned about this not long ago. Twitter is changing the 140 character count.
Yep.
They're not changing how much you can type, still 140, but links and photos no longer count. Thank fuck.
That's good, but also names shouldn't count. Because
when you type at?
Yeah, because some people get big, long, stupid names, and if you need to say something important to them or whatever, and you're like, you've used it's like 7 characters.
That might count as a link though.
I don't think it will.
So,
because I think they would have specifically said names.
Yeah, but either way, I'm just thinking of for us because it's.
Well, yeah, it's still good.
It is good because it's so annoying when you go to when we go to post the link on Twitter. Like, you're like, I can only say so much about this because I need to put a fucking link in, and it's going to take up like 25 characters or some shit like that. So when I heard that, I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
The original rumour was like it could go as high as 1,000 character count, and I was like, nah. No, I don't want that. That's not what Twitter is.
They're always going to keep it at the 140.
Yeah.
I
could see it going 200 max.
I think even then people would leave because like the best thing with Twitter is it's short and straight to the point. It's no bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I like.
If you give people too much, then they just take it back.
That's what I like about Twitter. Whereas Facebook, you go and some people have posted like a full fucking story.
But it's funny to laugh at some people.
Oh yeah, I don't get me wrong. Yeah, we have a good laugh at some people on Facebook. So yeah, I just thought I was...
Like you.
Yeah, you who watch this.
We're
laughing at you, prick.
And you know who you are.
Yeah.
Tubby.
I love giving him a shout out, don't I? Even though he doesn't fucking watch it. Story number 4. This kind of is news, but it's just laughable, really. Michael Bay's 5th installment into the Transformers franchise has a name now, and it's called Transformers: The Last Night.
Sounds boring as fuck.
I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, why are we still making Transformers?
Yeah.
Like, why are we even bothering? The last one, don't get me wrong, the last one had cool scenes. I'm just like, why are the fucking humans still in it for a start? There's no
the whole
need
way
for
through
humans
that
to
film, I was like, please die. Please die. I want humans to die. Die. Oh, I'm still alive. Because they just waste...
I didn't even think that.
They waste so much screen time of them like, oh, I'm hanging off a building. Oh, I'm going to get killed. It's like, good. Just die so the Transformers can fight.
The thing I thought, right, was in the last film, having Mark Wahlberg in that did actually make sense, and he actually was integral to the story at the beginning.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
That's it.
And then it's like, why is this guy still hanging about with these Transformers?
And then they put in all this stupid shit. It's like, oh, he's a dad and his daughter doesn't listen. Like, we don't give a fuck.
I know, we don't give a...
Who's going to see these films and walking away going, oh, it was good, but there wasn't a good family connection between the human... No, you're going to see these films to make robots fight.
Kelsey Grammer was like the main bad guy, and you're like, why is a Transformer taking orders off a fucking old man?
Yeah.
Like, I'd just be pure... Bitch slap, you're dead. One slap, dead.
Yeah.
Why am I submitting?
And spoilers for the end of the film that you shouldn't see. Optimus Prime flies away with his jetpack.
Does he?
Yep. Last scene, he takes off with a jetpack and everyone's like, bye! And I was the only person who's like, where was this in all the other movies?
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Oh Jesus! I'll need to watch that film again. I've
do
got
you
a
know what I
funny
think's-
feeling I've got it on Blu-ray.
I think the one before that was worse. I hated that one. I can't remember what it's called. It's one where like they destroy the whole fucking city and are going to bring Cybertron and turn Earth into that or whatever it was. It was so
my
bad.
god!
At one point they're in a skyscraper that's getting shot down and
Oh no,
they
actually,
all make it out somehow. Like
some
no.
of it was annoying, but it wasn't terrible.
But like,
I really hated the bad guy, like Sentinel Prime. I was
Yeah.
like, really, he's
But
the
what I
bad
don't get
guy?
is, like-
Fuck off.
what was it? Ironhide? He was a transformer. Like there was had all the guns and all that, right? His hands turned into guns.
Yeah.
But in that movie, he had wee pistols, gets disarmed, and then killed because he didn't have anything.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
you literally turn into guns
I know.
and you get disarmed. Like no,
Some
it's
of it
just
was
stupid things
so
like that.
fucking shit. Like,
And Bumblebee survived. No, kill Bumblebee. Shit.
I'm at
Wee
the
yellow
point
pussy.
now. I know. I'm at the point now. I'm like, just stop making Transformers. Like, go and
Yeah.
make something else. Do you know? I would actually want to see a sequel to Battleships.
I've never
Battleships
actually
is,
seen that.
it's actually an alright film. Like, I thought, oh, it'll be shite. Rihanna's in it. Do you know what I mean? But it was actually quite a good film.
But Starscream was brilliant and all. No, not Starscream. Soundwave.
Soundwave was
He's one
actually
of my favourite Transformers.
Yeah, he
He's
actually
good in
was really cool. He was the big satellite, and he
Yeah.
fired the Jaguar thing. I thought it was, and it turned into ball bearings.
And then he was the Mercedes as well at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Soundwave's actually really good. I quite like the kind of new bad guy that had the big worm thing. But this is the thing. There was like so stupid things like they've got the little mini Transformers, like the RC cars and stuff, and they're just there for comedy value.
It's
And
annoying.
and they are not funny. Like, no way, shape or form are they funny. You're like, get them to fuck.
You just get Shia LaBeouf running around trying to pick up vases after him, like, don't break stuff. You're like, what has this become?
I know. So there you go, everyone. The fifth one, Transformers: The Last Night, is coming. It seems as if it's inevitable.
I hope we're wrong about it and I hope it's brilliant.
Yeah, I hope it's really good as well, because I would like to see Transformers get good, but
Yeah.
I have no hope for it whatsoever. Next story, not so much a story, it's more just kind of it's not even a rumour, it is true. Rockstar Games are going to be revealing some exciting future projects very soon, as according to the Take-Two's interactive quarterly earnings report. So
Red Dead Redemption 2.
at E3. That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
They don't normally do E3, because they don't need to with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But I think with Red Dead Redemption, I could see them coming out and being like, guess what? Fucking your game's back. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a remaster of bringing the first one
Yeah,
over.
because as far as with the first one, it did do well, but nothing compared to what GTA does.
Yeah, but it's so popular, so
Yeah.
I could see them being like, yeah, here's the first one remastered for the new consoles. It's out now, and then the next one will be in like 6 months or something like that.
Aye.
That would be fucking awesome. That's not my E3 prediction. It is a prediction, but it's not one of my E3 predictions.
okay.
So, I could see that happening. That'd be amazing. No way is it going to be GTA 6.
No,
No,
far too soon.
yeah, far too soon for that. That game's not coming for another like 3 years.
Yeah, especially with GTA Online, that seems to be their main focus now.
Yeah.
And people love it, and I love it as well. It's good fun, you know.
Yeah,
So
it is, and they've supported like every month they come out with a new update
yeah,
for it.
just keep working on that. You
Aye.
know, even for a good few years, I'd be happy with
Don't get
that.
me wrong, that's probably like a wee side team that are doing that. Like I guarantee they're working on GTA 6.
All you'd be
But
working on it. aye,
it'll
but-
take the good thing about Rockstar is they don't need to release their games until they want to.
Yeah, they take their time.
Other companies have got deadlines, they don't. It's just like take your fucking time.
And Rockstar North is in Scotland, and
That's
they
true.
are some of the lead people that work on GTA.
That's true. And I thought, if I remember correctly, it has sold 65 million copies. GTA 5.
Mental.
So you think if everyone paid $40 or £40 for that, 65 million times 40. That is like staggering
it's
money.
at least 70 million.
Plus the shark cards and stuff they sell for online, like they
Aye.
cost money. People buy that shit. They've easily made billions.
Oh, absolutely. Aye.
So, I can't believe the amount of money that they must be raking in. So, it's pretty good. So we could be seeing Red Dead Redemption 2, or I don't know. We could see something else. Like they've maybe got something else we've yet
Bully?
to hear about. I don't know if we'd get another Bully game.
Apparently, they were working on a GTA China. No, Japan was it? It was
GTA Tokyo. And
yeah,
but
they scrapped because apparently it was too difficult.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
really difficult to kind of figure out the layout and stuff like that.
Yeah, and apparently the driving wouldn't be fun because like Tokyo is a gridlock city as far
Yeah.
as I understand, slow moving traffic and that. So
But they know what they're doing. That's why they're making GTA money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, speaking of money, guess who turned down? Have you heard that story about Daniel Craig yet?
no,
Right. Daniel Craig was offered a contract to do 2 more Bond films, right? And he was offered a substantial sum of money to do it. He's knocked it back. Guess how much money?
right. Well, and he knocked it back.
Yeah, and he knocked it back.
It's I don't know, 60 million or something.
£68 million. Like,
For 2 movies.
That's $99 million. Like 2 movies, that's all he has to do. And he would have got £68 million. Like I don't even know what I would do with £68,000.
Yeah.
Never mind 60. I would do anything for £68 million.
See, 68 million, he could have done those 2 films and then retired and did whatever he wanted. Like, see, because actors love writing film, or most of them do love writing their own films and own ideas. You could have made all of them if you wanted with that sort of money.
I know.
You know, and just like.
I just
Mental.
it baffles me. I know he came out and said he really hated filming Bond and he was really bad mouthing them and stuff like that.
It got him in
But
shape,
the way I look at
stuff
it is,
like
I clean up people's shit for a living, right?
that.
And make dinners and stuff like that, and I get paid fuck all. All he has to do is act. Do you know? There's a stunt double to do any kind of hard labour if he so chooses. £68 million to just show up and act.
But
I'll do it. I'll be
but
fucking
Richard,
blunt.
actors have a hard time.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I do believe they've got a hard time. Must be strenuous, right? But
No, I don't believe
but
it. Right?
£68 million.
See when they're moaning at the Revenant, like, oh, we had to go up early and it was cold. Like, fuck off. We have to go up early and go to work in the cold and the snow and all that.
They're well looked after.
Yeah, they
I
get
mean,
paid
like,
a fortune to do
They're
that.
insured through the roof and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think any actor is really going to be able to convince me that their job is harder than mine.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like, No, don't get me wrong. Dealing with the press, aye. But even then, what does all you need to do is be like, yep, sound. I'll take the 6 to 8 million. I'll do the 2 films, but I'm not doing press tours.
Aye.
Or if I'm going to do interviews, I'll do a handful that I choose.
Aye.
Because that is like, do you mean you could get other people to do it? I'm just like, I cannot wrap my head around knocking back £6 to £8 million to be James Bond. Like, what in the name of fuck are you thinking?
Aye. Mental.
I know, that to me is fucking staggering, so it is.
Makes you look kick too though.
I don't, see, at this point I'm like, I don't give a fuck what he's doing now. It's just annoyed me. £6 to £8 million. Oh,
So let us know in the comments what you would do with £6 to £8 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd build a water park.
Or
in Scotland.
Or even in what you would do for £6 to £8 million.
Oh no, that's getting dangerous.
I'd do anything. I'd actually do anything. I think.
Would you? Oh, what was the most disturbing thing we discovered last week with the sexual things?
Oh, I can't remember. There was some.
Would you let someone stab you during sexual intercourse?
Where are they stabbing me?
In the side with an ice pick or something?
Is it going to kill me?
Well, they're not a surgeon, so they could maybe accidentally pierce a vital organ.
Oh well, if it's like stab me somewhere, it's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna affect me. Like it's gonna hurt, obviously, but it's not gonna kill me or damage me like permanently forever, apart from a scar. Yeah, just fucking stab me. I would literally just strip naked, cover myself in shite, and run through the centre like jacking off. Like I would have no shame because at the end of the day I'd be like, guess who's £6 to £8 million? I never have to live in this town again. I could go and live in fucking America, make new friends who never have to hear about that.
True.
So yeah, there's not a lot I wouldn't do. So seeing as we're on the subject of films, got 2 stories here. I'll swap these round because they'll save the longest one for last. And Batman vs Superman. Dawn of Justice. There's a scene a couple of times, I think, in the Batcave where it's Robin's suit and it's spray painted on it. Haha, Batman, joke's on you.
Yes.
And they confirmed Robin is dead in this universe, but they never said who it was. Well, on a studio tour recently, don't know if it was like a tour of the set or whatever, they confirmed that the identity of Robin is in fact Jason Todd.
Oh, cool.
Which pretty much like has sent people into meltdown with the whole theory of like, oh, he is the Joker then.
Yeah.
But the other weird thing that's come out of that, I think rumours are now circulating though that in Batman's standalone like solo film, Red Hood is going to be in it, which is who Jason Todd inevitably becomes.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, what are they doing? Is Jared Leto playing Jason Todd then,
Yeah.
or?
I think all the evidence heavily stacks in the favour of it is like because they've got the bullet holes in the suit and the Joker's got those bullet scars on him.
Yeah.
Bit too coincidental they would show that off.
I just think.
And the tattoos as well. It's the tattoos that done it for me. You know, because I don't know a lot about like Jason Todd or that, but it just seems the tattoos isn't something the Joker would do.
Yeah,
It's something maybe someone else.
See,
would.
the original storyline for anyone who doesn't know is Jason Todd was Robin, ended up dying, got killed by the Joker, tortured and killed, and then he was brought back to life like years later by Talia al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit. But he came back, he was damaged. He came back as like an anti-hero, like he killed people and he was the Red Hood. Arkham Knight done a different spin on it. Spoilers for anyone who's not completed Arkham Knight. Have you completed it?
No, I didn't play it.
Right, okay, well, the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd, and he does eventually become the Red Hood, but he was never killed by the Joker. He was just like tortured and, you know, abused to the point that he was so broken and he was like gunning for Batman. He's like, no, you fucking left me, do you know what I mean? That was a cool story. It was a different kind of take on it. So I thought with this, to make him Joker would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's such it's a genius way of avoiding the whole Heath Ledger thing, because you're basically saying like, oh yeah, he was the Joker, and he like, different universes, but like he was still the Joker. Jared Leto is playing a victim of the Joker.
Well, it's like very heavily implied. I feel that thingies, but three Batman, Nolan's.
Yeah.
It's heavily implied that this is a continuation of it.
Well, it isn't, but they're
I know
not
they said it's
ruling
not,
it
it's
out.
like,
They're
yeah.
not like it's not
I
like
think it's one of those sort of things they don't want to say it is, but they're kind of if you think it is, then okay.
it's kind of like if you've seen the other three Batman films, it sets up this.
Yeah.
Where it's not the same universe, not the continuation of the story, but if you want it to be, it is.
Just because even the wee lines where he says, "Oh, I'm sick of clowns running around," or something like that.
Yeah.
I know that could be referenced.
But that's just like a reference to the fact that the Joker has been about.
Yeah.
But I just think that would be such a good way to do the Joker now, is be like, it's not the same one you're used to. It's actually like it is the Joker, but it's Jason, which makes it so much more personal for Batman, because he's like, fucking, I got rid of Joker, he's gone, but my Robin, like a guy who's on my team who like knows everything about me and stuff like that, he is now he's become the guy that we're fighting against.
Batman trusts no one. Batman doesn't even trust Superman.
Yeah.
He never has. That's why he carries the kryptonite ring in his belt. He's like, one day you're going to turn and I'm going to be here to take you down.
Yeah,
But like Robin was the one person, apart from Alfred, but he was like, I trust you implicitly, you know, like...
He's part of the Bat family.
Yeah,
so I just think that would be such a good way to go, and be like... And it would make that Joker way more unpredictable, because he's like... He's not just insane because he's insane. He's fucking damaged. Like, he's like a broken man. And he was broken by like someone who's totally fucking insane. So I think that just adds a whole new level to him, which I think would be I hope that's what they're doing. I really, really hope that's what they're doing. So we will just need to wait and see. But I'm not in any rush to see the DC films now. I want to see Suicide Squad, to be fair. But
yeah, Suicide Squad was good.
Yeah, just Batman vs Superman kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So seeing as we've covered DC, last thing we're going to talk about is Marvel. And it's nothing to do with stats or anything like that. Civil War's doing really well. It's past $1 billion. It's brought Disney right up, blah blah blah. This is actually about Thor, and the cast of Thor Ragnarok's been revealed. Now this is the one I was like, oh, I don't know, the second Thor movie was a bit kind of whatever. Like, but in fairness, I felt that way about Iron Man 2, and then Iron Man 3 was amazing. But in my opinion, some people disagreed with the whole Mandarin thing.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still thought it was a really good film. But Thor Ragnarok looks like it's fucking bumping shit up. So we've got... who have we got? Kate Blanchett is playing a new villain called Hela. Jeff Goldblum is playing the Grand Master. Tessa Thompson is playing Valkyrie, and Carl... I can always fuck this guy's name up. Carl Urban, who was Judge Dredd.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. He is playing a guy called Scourge. Then obviously Chris Hemsworth is going to be in it as Thor. And Mark Ruffalo has been confirmed he is in it, and he's obviously playing Hulk.
Oh, nice.
And then you've got Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Idris Elba as Heimdall, and Anthony Hopkins is coming back as Odin.
So, do you think this one will be on Earth at all?
No, it's not, because they've confirmed Natalie Portman and I always forget the guy's name, who plays the professor.
So that means I think they could be setting up. Well, I don't know, make a film of it, but like Planet Hulk.
Well, this is what I'm going to get into. The story, Hela is. She is a Thor villain, and she is the ruler of the Asgardian underworld.
Okay.
And then a couple other people, Valkyrie is an Asgardian warrior, so I'd imagine she maybe teams up with Thor. What else have we got?
So she's not the one that's been in it with him the whole time?
No, she's not Sif.
What's her name?
That's Lady Sif.
Right, okay.
Aye. So they might be in it, but they're
I
not.
imagine it would be.
Yeah, they're not popping up in this story. Well, I don't know if they will, and it's because of the way I think the story's going to work. And the Grandmaster being in it, he's like he belongs to a group of like ancient cosmic characters, and the Collector's part of this group as well.
Right.
But the Grandmaster, I think he's involved in Planet Hulk, and this kind of goes in line with the rumour that Thor ends up getting banished from like Asgard and gets sent to this other planet, and he has to work his way up a gladiatorial ring, and the last person he fights is meant to be the Hulk, and then him and the Hulk team up and go back and save Asgard. So I
suppose because Loki's in charge of Asgard right now.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I don't know if he is. Oh, well, he probably is. But what I think is going to maybe happen is Thanos is obviously coming. I think this is where they bring Thanos in and set up the how fucking powerful Thanos is.
Yeah, it's about time, did
And I reckon Asgard gets destroyed.
Mm.
I'm reckon this is my theory about this film. Is that Thor's going to try and battle to get back to Asgard. Loki's going to have done something. He's going to Hela, who rules the underworld, he's going to let her out, do whatever the fuck you want to Asgard, and it'll all be because he works for Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, although he hasn't been with Thanos since the Avengers, he still knows about him and knows all too well the power he's got. So I reckon that he's going to help Thanos get whatever Infinity Gems are on Asgard, and I reckon he destroys Asgard, which then gives you a whole lot of weight as to how powerful he is, that he destroyed a far more technically advanced civilization than Earth.
Yeah.
It gives Thor an amazing reason to come back to Earth and be like, oh my fucking god, this guy's destroyed my home. We need to prepare. Like, this fucker is coming. And I just think that would add so much weight. Like, him and Hulk come back, and they're both like, we're the two most powerful people here, and we just got our scalped.
Do you think the Hulk... Well, I'm not too sure. Let's see the Green Hulk and the Red Hulk. Are they the same person?
No.
Do you think they'll do that? Do you think they'll make him the Red Hulk and...
No, because Red
maybe
Hulk...
some sort of Asgard magic helped him control it or something?
No, Red Hulk is... see the guy who's chasing after him, the Colonel, who was in Civil War? He's Red Hulk.
Oh, right, okay.
So no, I don't think they'll do that.
That's fair enough.
I just reckon they're trying to fit a version of Planet Hulk into it.
Yeah.
Because Hulk, unfortunately, I don't think can have his own movie.
Yeah.
As much as I love what they're doing with Mark Ruffalo and that, I just don't feel he stands up. But I think the best...
He's too uncontrollable.
Yeah,
and
but the best thing I think to do is pair him with Thor. The guy who's on, like, not equally as powerful, but is a demigod, can potentially go toe to toe with the Hulk.
Yeah, he's probably the one that
Yeah,
and take on the Hulk.
The rumour is that, like, Hulk has not changed back since Age of Ultron, and has somehow ended up on this other planet. So I don't really know how they're going to do this, but I really hope we see a fuck ton of people die in this. I want to see Odin die. I want to see Loki die. Like, I want to see people you care about. Because although Loki's a bad guy, he's kind of not. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could be a hero if he wanted to be.
You just always think, oh, fucking somebody be shite.
But I would love to see Thanos at the end of the film. Like, Thor saves the day, defeats Hela and whatever. And he's, I would love to see Thanos just appear at the end and be like, dead. Like, wipes out the fucking planet or something like that. And that would really set up Infinity War. Where, to the point that Thor goes back, broken, just like, I have been fucked. I'm the most powerful out of all of you, and I just got fucked.
I can't remember the two stones that are missing still. What if Thanos shows up with them?
I think only one of them's missing, so
there's two. So I watched a video about it not long ago.
Oh no, you might be right, because there's 6. Is there 5 or 6?
I think it's 5.
No, I think it's 6.
Is it 6? Maybe it is.
because we've seen 4, we've had the Ether, that's one, the Tesseract's one, the Scepter was one, the Power Stone is one. So I think
There's a green one.
there's a Time Stone.
A purple one, I think.
There's a time one and something, so it's 6 of them. So I think it's the 5 fingers and then there's one in the middle. So yeah, it's 6.
What if like something happens, right, and Thor throws his hammer and Thanos just fucking catches it? He's pure. And that's how Thor's just like, oh.
Well, the rumour is that the hammer actually gets destroyed.
Right, that could be how it happens. Maybe if Thanos takes it and just destroys it, because I know nobody else is being able to lift it, but what if he is that powerful? They make him that powerful in this that they're just like, no, even Thor's hammer can wield this guy's power.
I know. I'm actually really...
Because it was just an enchantment Odin put on the hammer. So
yeah,
essentially there could
there is only other one pair. No, a couple of people have had Thor's hammer, I suppose.
Yeah.
But the
Red Hulk was one.
The main one was Beta Ray Bill, who came into it like Thor went to fight him and like chucked the hammer and Beta Ray Bill just caught it and was like, "Fuck is this?" and like threw it back at him and Thor was pure, "What the fuck?" And him and Thor ended up becoming like pure best mates.
Yeah.
To the point that they actually make a new hammer for Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if they'll bring him into it. To be honest, I think that's maybe one of those ones that's like, that's a bit weird. Like, maybe bring him in and...
So what do you think will happen with Vision then? Because Thanos will need that Mind Stone off him. Do you think they'll kill him, or do you think we'll just get taken off him?
Well, see, I don't know if that's maybe why he comes to Earth. Because he's like, I want that. Because it's not that he's coming to Earth. It's not like his main goal is to destroy Earth.
Yeah.
His main goal is to destroy the universe.
Uh-huh.
So... I reckon he goes to this is what I think this is how I think this is going to happen. He goes to Asgard in Ragnarok, be it throughout the film or at the end of the film, to get the... Now what one's on the Tesseract, because the Tesseract is on Asgard.
Yes.
The Ether was with the Collector, so was the Power Stone, but the Power Stone is now with
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, it's not within the realms of, it's not out of the realms of reality for them to just say, like, Thanos has already got the Power Stone, destroyed Nova Corps, taken that, he's got the one off the Collector, got the Ether, because the Collector probably would have gave him it anyway.
Right.
And then he's going to Asgard, and he's like, want the fucking Tesseract? And then, where's my Mind Stone? No bother. I know where that is now. It's on fucking Earth. It's on some cunt's head.
Aye.
I'm going to get that.
I don't think he'll show up with the 2 missing ones.
Because the thing is, he knows where the Mind Stone is because he gave Loki the scepter.
Mm.
So he knew Loki had it. Where is it? It's on Earth. And so it just all links back. Thanos goes to Asgard. Where the fuck is my Mind Stone? And he's like,
makes sense.
They stole it on Earth. And that's where the threat comes from. I could probably write these films for them, but that's what I want to see. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe I don't. Maybe I want them to do something.
I trust them.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But I'm now interested in Thor again. Because I'm like, oh, good. It's a story I care about. The Dark Elves, I couldn't have gave less of a fuck.
Yeah.
See, now that I know that Ether is one of the Infinity Gems, watching the film back, I'm like, cool, like... It actually has a part to play, but I'm just like, that was the one. I'd say that's probably the film I like maybe the least out of all of them.
Well, the Captain America, the first Avenger.
Oh, I do like Captain America. I like that film. It's just I don't like World War II stuff. So I don't know. Like watching Captain America back again, I was like, that's actually a not bad film. Thor, I don't know what it is. I was just like, I loved the first Thor, so don't get me wrong, it's nothing to do with the character. Loved him in the Avengers as well. It was just the second movie, I was like, I just felt a bit weak. Which I didn't feel with any of the other films. I maybe just didn't like it. Iron Man 2, I was like, just, couldn't really care less about this, but I still felt like it moved the characters forward. I felt as if Thor 2, I was like, it ain't really happening that. It didn't really, nothing really moved along story wise. Now that you know the Ether is, it was the last scene actually when Sif and the other guy, Gimli. I don't know his name. He just looks like Gimli.
Oh, no, yeah.
When they take the ether to the collector, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to have two infinity. It's not safe to have two infinity stones in the one place. I was like, why did you not mention that? At the beginning of the film, I'd have been more interested then.
Mm.
I feel that was probably the best bit of the whole film. So there you go.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's all the topics for today.
Yeah, so not a very news heavy week this week,
Yeah, definitely not.
but there'll be things to come soon.
Yes.
Excited for E3.
Yes. We're going to figure out when E3 is, and we'll work out when our predictions show will go
Yeah.
up.
So
It's either
2 or 3 weeks.
yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, can't remember.
13th of June.
But we'll have our predictions, and the rule. I think that we should kind of set rules with predictions. What do you want to do predictions wise?
Just 5 predictions each, and it's just about E3s in general, so not even.
Yeah. Will we
Yeah.
do bonus ones if you want?
Yeah, aye.
Yeah, because the thing is, we listen to a lot of podcasts. I reckon we should try to have our own opinions. If by some
Well, we write them out like now then, and write them down, and so we've got them. Then when it comes to it, we can predict them ourselves.
yeah, well,
Right,
yeah,
we'll do that.
that's true. Right, cool. Well, in fact, we should probably just do it next week then,
Okay, we'll do it next week.
and that way we're not influenced by other people's stuff. So yeah, that's cool then. So there you go, E3 predictions next week. But we're on our question.
Yep.
Which
Which
was your best and worst boss battles. So I'll let you go first.
Oh, thanks.
So
I'll
what
go
you
first.
what you doing, best or worst?
I'm going to do best because I'm actually struggling to think of a worst.
Right. Okay.
So, we discussed this earlier on. I think we both chose pretty much the same one. Well, same game, different boss in it, right?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus. And I'm actually going to go for the last boss in Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it's the first one you come across where there's no sunlight at all.
Yeah.
You don't have your horse, and like it seems impossible to get to because anytime you come out of cover, he zaps you with lightning.
Yeah, that is true.
So it's a puzzle to get to him, and then climbing him was a bastard. It took forever. He kept moving. He would like, if he got a hold of you and chucked you off, like you had to start again, you know, and you had to try and guess where his weak point was. So I felt like the game spent all the time teaching you how to play it, and then when you came to that, it's like, right, we've taught you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Go and figure it out. So I really enjoyed that.
That is quite good actually. I like that. My one, I was gonna do one from Shadow of the Colossus, but
Have you changed it?
yeah, I've changed it because when you had mentioned that you were gonna do it as well, I actually just thought of one off the top of my head, and it's in Kingdom Hearts,
Alright.
the first one. And in Kingdom Hearts, for those that don't know, it's like a Final Fantasy mixed with Disney thing, and you go to the Colosseum, which is like the Hercules level, and as you progress through the game, you unlock like amazing tournaments, and the end of the big tournament, I think it's like 50 waves. The very last one you fight the Rock Titan from Hercules,
Yes.
which is amazing. You have to climb up him, and it's a really good boss battle. Then you unlock the gold match or something like that, and it's one fight, but it's with the Ice Titan, and I was like, oh, that's fucking amazing as well. But the last, when you beat him, you then unlock like the platinum fight, and this is like I can't actually believe it didn't jump into my head before, because this is by far and away the best boss fight I've ever had. You fight Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII,
Oh, what?
but he's done like Kingdom Hearts style. He has one giant black wing, and like it plays like a kind of remixed version of his theme song. You're like just in a circle arena, and it is fucking hard, but it's such a good boss fight. Like he uses things that are like kind of from the game, and the Cloud from the game from Final Fantasy VII is also in the game as well, and it was just so cool, like, because you were never expecting him to come into it, and then just like in this boss fight they pure bring him in, and it's such a good boss battle. So yeah, I would say Kingdom Hearts is definitely getting my best. So you've got something for worst?
I do. I just thought of two there.
Right.
I'm going to go first one. This is one of the bosses you come across in the Binding of Isaac.
Alright.
That game is completely random, but there's bosses for each sort of stage. It can be like either one of them, but towards like the end of sort of like the last couple of stages, like they're kind of set.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance it could be different, right? But one of them is, I can't remember his name, right? But it's basically the devil. So you come up as a statue, right, and then the statue explodes. It's this like flying devil thing, right? It's got super powerful attacks. Then when you get into half health, he splits into two. So there's two of them, right? Then you destroy them, right? Then after that, he like transforms into this massive big devil who then stamps on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So like if any of them hit you, it fucking takes so many hearts off you, and they spawns these little flying things that explode. And there's a way you can sort of manipulate saves in Binding of Isaac. So if you upload it to the cloud, you could just keep on downloading it again and try again. Because then when a game's got permadeath, when you die, you die. And it honestly took me about 50 tries to kill this guy. Like,
God. See, I lose.
I kept on just downloading the save
Ragnarok
again and
stuff
trying
like
it. It's ridiculously difficult. And once I completed that, it told me the game got harder. So I was like, oh, thanks. That's a good reward.
See, fuck that, man.
Yeah, see, he was tough. I really hated that.
Well, I am trying to find out the name of this boss because I know what it is. I
I'm
think
sure it's called Shoal or something like that.
right.
This boss, I can't quite remember.
I think I know what this guy's called.
Oh, sorry, I missed out. In the middle, or was it the start? It's in the middle of the start. He's like a big, massive, like this like devil statue style thing that walks around and kicks the shit out of you.
Yeah. Right, hang on to find out this guy's name.
What game's it from?
Deadpool.
Deadpool. I didn't play that.
What is his goddamn name?
Is it Daryl and the Harris?
No, it's not.
Mm.
It is. I think Mr. Sinister. That's it. I played through the Deadpool game. If anyone has not played it, play it. It's a fucking excellent game. Loved every second of it. Played through it all in normal. Had a blast. The last boss, however, is a total and utter shiter. Like, it's not even hard because I 1000G'd it, completed it on the hardest difficulty. But the last boss, it's not hard, it's unfair.
Mm.
And I there's a big difference between that. Like, Dark Souls is hard, but it's not unfair. Like, if you die, it's because you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, fighting Mr. Sinister, it was just like stupid things would happen. Like, the game just basically tries to go against you. Sort of like veteran difficulty in Call of Duty World at War. Cannot complete it because like you literally can't move forward because you just get fucked. No cover, grenades constantly. Like, that isn't hard. That's unfair.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can do in that situation, and that's what Mr. Sinister was like. It was fucking brutal to the point I was screaming at the TV. Like, I remember that took me so long to beat that boss, and he was hard on normal. Never mind fighting him on like ultra difficulty.
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous to the point I actually thought I was maybe just gonna have to give up, and that should not be happening. I mean, the boss in Dead Space 2 cannot die. Like, the kind of last thing you fight cannot die. It's immortal on hardcore difficulty. That makes you shite yourself because you're like, oh fuck, like, what am I gonna do? If you die, it's because you did something wrong. It's not unfair. Whereas this was, and it was so fucking annoying. He clones himself. You're constantly fighting waves of enemies. You know, there's points you're like, what the fuck is it I'm meant to do here? Even if you've absolutely mastered it, it would just do like totally unfair things where it would like teleport away from you and stuff like that. And you're like, do you know what? Fuck this. Like, there's points I actually thought I had beat it, and then it would like, you know, you'd find out you actually haven't, and it would like
Oryx in the raid.
Yeah, pretty much. And when you like, if you die, it's like right back to the beginning of the fight. It's not like there's a checkpoint or something like that. And there's like 3 stages to him, I'm sure. It was fucking ridiculous. Shout out as well to the final boss of Quantum Break. That's fucking shite as well. Hardest difficulty, I was tearing my hair out doing that.
Aye.
Like, I walked through that game. Like, on the hardest difficulty, once you've played through it on normal, you're like, yeah, no, boy, I'm a fucking time master, do you know what I mean? This is easy. The last boss, again, not hard, just unfair. Like, I got to the stage, there's an ability you can use where you can just slow down time and you just run up. And if you're at an enemy, you can press B and it'll, like, do a finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And the animation for you doing that like, the boss just it's like a red shockwave that's a one-hit kill. And if you get that, right back to the start. And he would do that while you were doing a finishing animation. And time slowed down. Do you know what I mean? Time is frozen, so you're slow motion punching a guy, but yet for some reason the shockwave moves at normal speed. So like by the time you can't run away, like it just kills you. So I got to the stage where like, well, I can't use that ability because he'll kill me.
No.
And you couldn't stay in one place too long because he'd kill you, and you're just constantly running in circles.
I hate shit like that, man.
Yeah, and
it's so aggravating.
And you're like, I thought Quantum Break was one of the most fun games I've played in a long time. That actually ruined it for me. I was like, that. I'm sure I actually tweeted the developer. I was like, that actually ruined that game. There was no need for a boss fight. Like, see, granted, having him there was cool. They could have had some form of boss fight where, I mean, you could have done it way better than they did.
Yeah.
It was just, he just stood on a platform and did these shockwaves every now and then while you were fighting enemies. I'd have been happy with just fighting the enemies. And then, like, you just, in a cutscene, you just kick the shit out of them.
Mind the hard time we had, I don't know if we spoke this in the show before, Resident Evil 5, was it? Because we did that whole game on co-op, and when we got to the end and you're fighting Wesker, we didn't know what to do. Because one of you needs to distract him up high, and then our person needs to, like, I need to actually go up and like attack from the back. You can't like shoot me or anything.
Oh my god, Wesker! Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So doing that in single player, obviously, like the AI does it itself, and it's kind of not easy, but it shows you what to do. We couldn't figure it out for ages. For like, what is going on? We cannot touch him because he moves so fast on the ground that he's taking out. And like, we were like,
I'm sure
impossible.
I'm sure the lava's rising as well.
Yeah. So you like one had to climb up high, distract him, and then I went up and attacked him, and then like you had to keep switching.
And you're
stuff.
dodging environmental stuff.
Yeah.
That was actually ridiculous. Now that I think about it, fuck, I've totally forgot about that. So yeah, that was a bad one as well. Actually, Resident Evil 5, in fairness, wasn't the best of games. A good co-op game, in fairness, but not a good Resident Evil game. So yeah, that was everything. I have another question for next week because this is the question I originally was thinking of.
Right, okay.
But I just totally blanked on it for whatever reason.
It's a very good one.
It is a very good one, and the question is, what is your gaming history? Like, from like beginning to now, what is your gaming history? Where did you start? What did you move on to? Favourite games and stuff like that. I just thought it would be really cool to know.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
Because it gives people a good insight as to like, oh yeah, these guys know their games. They've played COD. So the very first game you remember playing, and then kind of moving onwards. So yeah, don't answer it now. That's for next week. So there you go. Episode number 13. Lucky number 13.
Oh.
So there you go.
Cool. So yeah, this has been the Cosy Couch. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Please let us know in the comments what your favourite boss battle is and your worst one. Just leave us a comment in general if you like the show. Say hi. If you want to shout out, let us know. Or if you get any questions you want us to answer or read out, whatever, just go for it. You know.
Yeah. I can't remember if I said on the show or not, but I got a message from a guy I used to work with. Just over Facebook. It wasn't a comment or anything like that, but it was just saying, you know, it likes the show and whatnot, and I was like, that was fucking awesome. Like, it's cool that someone actually was like, no, do you know what, you're actually doing an alright job.
Yeah.
And he actually said it was because he listens to the stuff on IGN, and he's now listening to the guys over at Kinda Funny, so basically the exact same as us.
No.
But he was saying it was good to hear like Scottish voices, which when I actually read that, I was like, I couldn't actually tell you a podcast that I know of that's like kind of well known with Scottish guys doing
Yeah,
gaming.
that's true.
So yeah, it seems to all be it's that kind of American thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not going out my way to look for them. In fairness, but yeah, it was nice to get a wee bit of feedback from
thank
someone.
you.
So
Yeah, I've had a few people saying it's good and that. I'm not going to give any shoutouts right now because I'm going to collate them, do it next week.
alright.
In case I miss someone, I feel bad.
Well, there you go.
So I'll give shoutouts to people that give us good feedback next week too.
Alright, that's fair enough. I'll do the same then. I've only had the one, but you'll get your shout out.
Yeah, so you can follow the Cosy Couch on Twitter at the Cosy Couch.
Yes.
And we have our own Twitters, so we do. Where I don't really tweet anything he does.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter quite a lot. I don't tweet a lot, but I do tweet. So
Yeah, I'm trying to use it more.
yeah. So I'm at Dark Saxon. I'll appear there.
Yep, and I am at Nick Solo 89.
Yes. And then we're also on our preferred consoles. I'm Xbox One, and it's Dark Saxon.
I'm PS4, and I am the Grim Reaper 89. And if you want, you can add me on Xbox, and it's
Currently me.
not currently underscore me, or is it just currently me?
Cannot remember.
So I'll find out.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get an Xbox soon.
Yeah. I do have a PSN as well, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is.
I think it's the exact same. I think it's Dark Saxon.
It's got an underscore.
Oh,
I'm sure it does.
It'll be
So
Dark underscore Saxon then.
probably. I'm not gonna give you it until I buy a PS4. I'm waiting for E3. I'm waiting for the E3 reviews of consoles to find out if I'm going to be buying a PS4 or not.
If it's worth these
Yes.
0.5 consoles.
I don't even. It's not even that. I'm just like, well, if a slim Xbox comes out, I'm like, well, I'll probably buy that. So I don't know. I'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this has been another episode of the Cosy Couch. So thanks for watching.
And stay cozy.
Yep, stay cozy. We're gonna do the stair thing again.
You keep talking through it and you're ruining it.
So
Do you think anyone likes this there?
probably not.
No.
I think people probably switch. But some people probably just switch off and be like skip ahead to the bit, the funny bit at the end. I do that at work. I'd like when it first goes up. That's the first thing I watch, the first bit, and then I skip to see the end bit.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Because I'm like, well, I know the rest of it because I was in it.
Yeah.
But I like to.
Well,
know.
you're also in.
I know, but I like to know what you've selected as the funny bits because I've generally always forgotten them. Like I was quite surprised at last week's.
Yeah. Well, easy.
Yeah.
So we're not that funny.
Well. Right.
Sometimes. Page 1, hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, it's episode 12. I'm Nick, this is Richard, and here's the news. Go. Oh, I get done.
No, a lot of stuff's happened.
Nope. Bye.
Yep. Jail. Stay cozy.
3, 2, 1.